We are pumping, baby dolls. Welcome back. PulseChain Monster News. You, me, and Spoonie here to take on the world. We've got all the baby dolls in chat. We're going to go through PulseChain Monster updates. We are pumping and pumping and pumping so much that 1 out of our 11 red monthly candles in a row is on the precipice of flipping green. That's how big this intergalactic pump is. Where 11 months of damage, we are maybe lucky enough to tackle 1 of the 11 red monthly candles in a row. I appreciate every single one of you. Yes, this is a log chart. Yes, this is PulseChain PLS going down forever and down into the right, even though we are momentarily moving up. This is what it looks like on the linear chart though, friends. So obviously, it's the liquidity is very, very, very thin, very thin. Apparently as well, friends, I think I saw a Crypto Coffee post. There's something like $40 million of stable coins sitting on PulseChain. Now, friends, like, okay, all right. I got my peg nipples right here. I just want you to think, who in their right mind is going to keep that many millions of dollars in PulseChain right here and still not DCA buy? It's probably someone who's waiting for something. I do see all the baby dolls in chat. We're going to be speaking about pDAI. Are they just a bunch of maggots engaged in fun and games? Okay, as PulseChain Tiger Crypto says. Or is there something more to it than meets the eye? Okay, so PulseChain friends, remember, the liquidity is very thin. It's very easy for it to go like this. Even then, it'll be down 50-60% from sack price. It's just a question of like when moon. We've got a lot of things to cover today, friends. Remember, all the liquidity bonding between the core coins means they pretty much all have the same chart. This is what happens at bottoms. The candles get very small and the volume dies out. And you just have a distribution of all the supply. Remember too, friends, okay, stocks do this. They go up, have low volatility, high volatility like this. This is how stocks move up over time, okay? Stocks go up, low volatility, boom, up like this, okay? That is stocks, okay? Crypto does the inverse of that. Crypto goes slow, big volatility, comes back down, chop, 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 whoa, like that. That's crypto, okay? Of course, crypto, unfortunately, has been like this. That's what's been our experience. But technically, if we wait long enough, we eventually get the up and to the right part. Or are we just a bunch of hope and copers? This is the board of green that we have. So there's been a bit of galvanizing of the PulseChain community. You have 7% up for PLS, down 93% from sack price 5 years ago. And we also have some movement here. Inc. Green logo back to 32 cents. It's got a long way to go, right? 30x away to $10 redoonies. And then we have PulseX as well, down 95% from sack price. We've got HEX, the better Bitcoin, which Michael Saylor doesn't own and he can't liquidate and dump down. And then you have Mr. Perv here. Mr. Perv is obviously up because PulseChain Sophia, I think PulseChain Sophia, I think she snapped like a booty shot. I'll just check it here, friends. I just don't know these days. You know what I mean? So I just got to check on the cat. Please, Sophia, please let us know about the cat on your bed. I can't even find it. There's too many Sophias. Is it PulseChain Sophia, friends? Is it well, we'll find this somewhere. PulseChain Sophia. Okay, damn it, man. Damn it. I need the Gooner. There's is it Pete? One of you guys is gooning on the timeline, just to let you know. I think it's Pete, friends. Chad Pete. He's gooning, he's replying like all these scantily clad women. And so all our timelines simultaneously is being slowly littered with women with less and less clothes over time. And we're all like having this realization like, hey, which one of you's gooning? You're infecting the timeline with the wrong type of dopamine, okay? I don't want to see naked ladies. There's websites for that. You understand? I'm here for green candles. So we basically just obfuscated all the alpha from crypto. So it's kind of funny to see. He's literally gooning. He's just literally replying. Like, Pete, what are you doing, bro? There's your comment number 140. Okay, the girls, I don't think they're reading any of the comments, man. And he's just replying like, "Hey, hope you had a good day." Oh man, I hope it's some sort of bottom signal. We have pDAI, stupid coin. We're not going to talk about it today. up 5%. You have Dick with Butt up 3%. But I think Dick with Butt, friends, the secret core coin of PulseChain, it had like a move up 66%. Check that out. In the past 90 days, same as pDAI as well. Very interesting as well. Pulse up 24%. So pDAI, stupid coin. What's going on there? We're going to be covering some 99 Capital things as well. It's good to see all the baby dolls in here. Thank you so much. We got the juice out. All the juice and all the lollipops. Don't forget, I appreciate you. So all the PulseChain core coins are liquidity linked. This is the HEX price chart. This is HEX from PulseChain, dumped 98% from Donald Trump euphoria, which was just 3 cents. And obviously, if you look at it on just the linear chart, it just very, very, very low volume. Friends, these are, look, friends, you know me, dude. I'm going to give it to you straight. Like, this is so easy to erase in literally one candle. Whee! There you go. And you're back here. You're back to 1 cent. Okay. 1 cent's a failure because the thing was 55 cents in 2021. But I understand, man. It's really tough because we're always thinking of the past. You're thinking of your own track record. It's just like football players, friends. Like, you're only as good as your last game. You're only as good as your last album if you're a singer. You're only as good as your last meal if you're a chef, you know? So everyone's thinking about what's happened in the past 5 years. You know, we thought things would get better and they kept getting down. This is the combined HEX price. It's only down a mild temporary 99.72% from 55 cents. Just as a friendly reminder as well. So 55 cent is no longer the true top of HEX because of all the inflation. If you calculate the market cap based off the coin, so back then I think HEX had about 90 billion coins, and I think it's going to have about 200 billion within the next 2 years. So the real HEX high is no longer 55 cents. The real one is more like 20 cents. Okay. Now 20 cents for the high, you know, you're like saying maybe that's not that good, but you know, if the combined HEX, by the way, to participate in combined HEX, you do half pHEX, half eHEX. Okay, so you don't gamble on the ratio. Just a theoretical, right? If it got back one day to the high market cap, which is 20 cents, that's 129x if it was to get there. Okay. Now, you know, like it looks easy now, but not really because everyone's holding from like much, much, much higher. But yeah, this is just how it works, friends. It's I've seen it on, I've drawn it for you. The market cap matters. It's not actually the price of the token. It's actually the market cap. Fibonacci retracements, Fibonacci extensions, they all respect the market cap. You know, you could even see it on XRP, for example, and many other coins, which is interesting. So you just got to be aware of that. Now, not everyone can see it. How do you get around it? I don't know. Dabble into all the core coins and hope for the best. This is eHEX, friends. So obviously eHEX had a lot of noise around it because Conrad Zen, he did the hostage situation. Remember, friends? So Conrad Zen, he was basically saying, I'll sell it. I'll sell it. He had a hostage situation saying, I'll sell it all. I'll sell it all. Almost $1 billion pHEX. You know, some people like saying, hey, man, why did a guy have $1 billion pHEX? Because he went all in, literally all in, gave the, you know, Richard Hart adoption amplifier at the start, 100 Bitcoin value. Man, that's insane, dude. Can you imagine you right now, you had 100 Bitcoin and then you put it into one altcoin? Oh, jeez, man. That's why I hit the unicorn of the unicorn of the unicorn. And it worked. There wasn't enough liquidity for him to get out at the top. So he probably had like $1.5 billion, but there was only 100 million on the bid. 100 million. And you know, friends, if you're in a stupid coin, which we're not going to talk about, called pDAI, not worth talking about, okay? If you're in pDAI, a lot of people say, oh, if it goes to $1, too many people make money. This is the wildest part, man. Did you know at HEX's top, HEX's wealth that everyone had at the top, the paper wealth, it dwarfs what people will have if pDAI hits $1. It dwarfs it by a factor of 10. Yeah, it's 10 times more. So for every one person who you might consider rich, if pDAI hits $1, there was actually 10 times more at the HEX top. 10 times. Gunther, he had 120 million. Kareem had 120 million. Rector Michelle, $180 million. Conrad Zed, $1 billion. Over $1 billion. Right? Wallet DO7, 150 million at the top. I don't know how much Fire Whale had. I don't know how much Randy Hilarski had. Friends, we're talking like 50 million, 50 million, 50 million, 100 million, 100 million. That's insane, man. All these people. And those are the ones I just know off the top of my head. Okay, I don't even know about the others. I'm just giving you random names, like big names. And there are a lot more anonymous people as well. Man, that's wild, dude. That's wild. And you might say, hey, why didn't they take profit? Well, Habibi, interest rates were 0 and they were printing money. No one thought Major Loser Power was going to take the rates from 0 to 5% in the year after. Okay, and that's what ended up happening. So that's why, of course, the PTSD of that moment has crushed everyone. Also, even if there was turmoil, which there was, no one expected that, you know, 3 years later, there's still no buyers. No one expected that. Okay, this is just the way of the soy was just infecting everyone, right? You have Bitcoin dominance, friends. Bitcoin dominance was down here. No one expected Bitcoin dominance to go up 5 years in a row. Okay, normally it goes up for 3 years in a row. So there is an extra 2 years of suffering. 2 years of suffering. Now, 2 years of suffering, man, that's a long time. That's 24 months. And crypto, we don't have 20-day months. We have 30-day months, okay? You know, like the stock market, everyone goes away for the weekend and then they come back on Monday and there's a gap up every day. Oh, wow, stocks never go down. They never go down. It's amazing Ponzi. It is an amazing Ponzi. Stocks not allowed to go down ever. And they have 8-hour days in stocks, whereas we have literally 24-hour days. We've got 3 sessions. You've got Asia for 8 hours. Then you've got Europe for like 6 to 8 hours. Then you have the New Jersey session, America, 8 hours. 8. No one's sleeping, okay? Literally no one's sleeping. So that's why in crypto, it goes like 3.5 times faster than stocks, except for now, right? I mean, like, actually not really. The Great Depression, it took 17 years to go and break the high. So if we get back in 2028, yeah, you know what I mean? We had an Altpocalypse, okay? So a lot of information, juicy alpha for you there. Man, that's just wild, man, just to think about it. So obviously, friends, eHEX, pHEX is back to 0.55. And yes, friends, I did receive death threats down here. It's actually quite alarming. I won't forget that, man. I won't forget that. Like, I wake up one day, I remember someone told me, hey, have you seen the comments? Nah, who cares about it? You know, everything's going to 0 anyway. Like, how bad could it possibly be? And like one comment appeared. I forgot where I read it. Was it Telegram or Twitter? Yeah, it's just kind of like, it strikes you a bit. Someone saying they can come find where you are and like slash your throat in your sleep, you know? And I was like, bring it. Frickin' bring it! Frickin' bring it! That's what I say. Frickin' bring it! Okay? By the way, I saw there is a Donny McDonation from Sif Aaron. Stupid frickin' pDAI. Bring it! I think it was funny as well. After there were 2 death threats, and then the third one was a threat like, oh, you better watch your back. Okay? And I remember, I think I just snapped at him. I forgot what I called him. I said, listen here, you soy boy scum. If you take me out, no one's popping your bags, bro, because no one's going to hear about it. Listen to yourself. It was kind of funny. I was getting abused by, I think, every PulseChain influencer down here. And they said, pHEX is the way. eHEX doesn't exist. Do you remember, friends, down here? I'll never forget it. Right here, Richard Hart made a tweet. He said, eHEX, you don't exist anymore. pHEX is the real hex. Goodbye. We migrated. And I remember Dr. Hexologist right here. He quoted Richard Hart. And he said, okay, boss, hex is the real hex. And that was it. They're just showing you there's a lot of army veterans and they follow the commando, right? You're basically like a soldier bot, you know, which is good. Everyone's got their own role, right? But it's just interesting. That's Warlord Richard stuff, where it's like, hey, tell us the answer. Okay, we follow you, you know? Is that conducive, though, to future growth? We'll see, friends, we'll see. The eHEX pHEX ratio went down to like 0.10. Now it's 0.54. Very interesting how that happens, right? Look, obviously, it didn't go up because eHEX went up. It just pHEX kept going down. Okay, so obviously, like, that's why no one's really super excited. And you will get some angel music. And we do have a lot of things to cover. But hopefully, just like you're learning, friends, don't bet on the ratios. Don't go all in on like one thing. Because you just don't know, right? Even if I'm to bring up eHEX as well. eHEX, friends, obviously it'd be great if it hits parity. But like if you go all in on eHEX right here, if you're half and half and then it does this, see? at least you are lucky. If this eHEX is weaker because pHEX goes up, at least you've got the pHEX leg, right? So we'll see when it comes to that. A lot of the parity and the twinning and stuff, we love twins, you know? We love twins. That might be waking up if the pDAI goes to eDAI, the favorite twin of all, the most controversial twin, you know? So we'll see how it all plays out. Of course, friends, do you like the color green? I know a lot of you do. This is the incentive token. INK still does nothing, which is great. But you can look at the INK pulse ratio. You see how it just goes sideways? It's been literally doing nothing since 2024. So literally, friends, 2.5 years it's done nothing. It tells you that it is just bonded with Pulse. Okay, it's literally just an extension of Pulse. Okay, but if someone wants to move the ratio, they can. There's just nobody, I guess, weak in it. So we also have a high cosine here, John, still out here, but with HEX, combined HEX down 99.74%. You know, that's a long, long, long way away. So hopefully those things turn around. Now, of course, friends, this slight green, I want you to think about, hey, is this going to be dumped down? We got so much PTSD, it could be dumped down, but like, look how far down we are, man. Like, oh man, we are so far down. This is where where was Mr. Perv done? Mr. Perv was done about here. We're down 65% from Mr. Perv, and like, we've got a long way to go. So I'm sure this will maybe flip green, but we got a long way to go. Each box is a year. Yeah, friends, look, friends, I'm very aware. Friends, I watch Y-Files. Yeah, you know Y-Files? The episode would go for 40 minutes. Conspiracies, UFO stuff, all of it's true. 99% of it's true, but it'll go for 38 minutes. And they're like, oh, there were experiments done. The US government's hiding stuff. They were injecting soy into their soldiers. All of it's real. And then in the last 2 minutes, okay, in Mr. Y-Files, last 2 minutes, he says, but is it true? You know, as soon as he says that, but is it true? And did it really happen? His literal viewership of the episode crashes through the floor. Because you kill the imagination straight away. And then he cites some like government sources. And like, you know, when he was first coming out, he's trying to show everyone, yeah, we're into conspiracies in the moon and whatever. And then he's like, oh, but you know, there's no evidence for this stuff. But now, as every year goes on, you're starting to see that actually a lot of it is true, and they do have technology and the capability to just delete evidence, which is what they do all the time. But this is relevant for you because, friends, I'm very aware, because this happens to me as well. If someone tells me, guess what? You're locked in for another 24 months. You got to write off this whole year. I know, dude. I know. Okay, I know. I'm just telling you now. You want to hear it now. Okay? You do want to hear it now, friends, because in January we had a problem. We were on the 4th red Bitcoin month, and like I knew from the data. I'm like, dude, when you have 3 red months in a row, believe it or not, in crypto, 3 red in a row, you need a whole year to reset the sentiment. You know, and that's here we are right now. So, you know, it's exactly what's happened, and we got a long way to go. Okay. I know I keep saying it. I don't want to hear that either, friends. Do you think it's not nice for me to be like, hey, remember those past 5 years? Well, guess what? We're all offside. There's going to be no quick reversal. And even if there is a reversal, it's just going to go back to last year when we were really down. And then if we keep going higher, it'll go back to 2024, which was so low. That's why nobody sold. And if we're lucky and it keeps going and going and going, now we're back to 2023. That might happen in a year or two. And congratulations, it's been 5, 6, 7 years and you break even. You know, so you got to be on top of that, friends. You got to be aware of that. That's why $10 Unis goes a long way. No excuses, man. $10 Unis, it does go a long way. So what we won't be speaking about today, friends, is this stupid pDAI coin, okay? So do not look or pay attention to this coin that is 480x to $1 Uni. Don't pay attention to the fact that it's only 58% away to flip the Hungarian forint. And if you scroll down, it's an Israeli SuperCycle. So we are 164x away to flip Israel, but we're not going to be talking about that. This is where pDAI is. Thank you to Data Dev, my friend. Yes, we're very, very close to flipping Hungary, but we're once again not going to be talking about that. There is a website that, God bless you, but no one asked for. It's called SommiSearch.com. Mr. Data Dev, the creator of the pDAI flip ladder, he made. By the way, friends, a lot of you are asking, who made this pDAI flip ladder. Look, man, someone had the idea years ago. I'm not joking. I woke up one morning. I had like it was like one of those 3 or 4 a.m. dreams where I'm like, you know, friends, I'm sure every other dude's dreaming about, hey, I'm making sweet love to this lady, and someone else is probably dreaming about, I don't know, getting rich, and I'm dreaming about, man, what if I started updating everyone every month on the global ranking ladder of pDAI? Let's just start using AI to just do it, because they didn't have AI back then to do it, and I did. And as soon as I did it, this is wild, within 6 hours, the website was starting to get made. That's how hot the idea is. It's really, really hot. But we're not going to be talking about that. So this is the website, friends. It's pDAIFlipLadder.com. And it's kind of funny. You want just to remind everyone why it's funny. It's $1 is so controversial. You know, that's like Bitcoin flipping the US dollar. That's $10 million Bitcoin. It's very controversial. But do you think Bitcoin can flip silver again? Okay, let me just show you, friends. I'll show you there's a global ranking, global market cap ranking site, all right? You can actually compare the biggest companies in the world by their assets. So you can see here, friends, see, this is all the companies, right? But you can actually go to, there are like, you know, you can actually see Bitcoin and stuff on these, which I actually just find here. You can go to global rankings. There we are. Global rankings. You have SpaceX and everything here, Intel, but these are companies, right? So you can actually, right, let's go rank by categories. All of the ass, right here, gold, 30 trillion. Where is Bitcoin? My gosh, bro, how far did we fall? Okay, Bitcoin's 15th. You see that? I want to ask you, friends, do you think Bitcoin is better than Mark Zuckerberg? All right, that's about a 15% move higher. You see that? Do you think Bitcoin can flip silver? That's 3.9 trillion. That would be a 200K Bitcoin. Yeah. You see, like you're playing like these little mental games. You don't need it to flip gold. Gold would be a $1.5 million Bitcoin. I think, yeah, man, that's wild. That's wild. And then the US dollar would be $10 million Bitcoin. You see? So it's similar concept to that. That's why these things bang. They bang. Because there's like levels to go along the way. All right. Also, we have Mr. Paladin out here. I thought the title said we are pimping with 31 frickin' US dollar doing this, buying the frickin' dip, starting the frickin' bull market. Mr. Paladin, I thought finally we're going to start making money, pimping ourselves out. Effectively we are, by the way, because this is a never before seen asset class where nobody gets paid like at all for like the grassroots stuff. You're just taking the belief that other people in the world will join your network. Okay, so if you start to pay people, friends, you get the VC layer 2 tokens, and there's no energy there. Because as soon as the payment's done, they stop trying. And it's not worth anything anymore. Thank you to Mr. Data Dev. He made SommiSearch as well. So, friends, if you type in, for example, ding dong, you can see in how many videos I've mentioned the word ding dong. 62 videos. Wow. You're not bullish enough. Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong. 7-year cycles. So all these. And it's also funny. If you type in PEG, I have mentioned PEG in 1,134 videos. The word PEG. Wow, man, that's wild. I've mentioned PEG in more videos than Mr. Beast has actually created videos. That's wild, man. Yeah! Take that. Take that. By the way, friends, if this doesn't work out, I'm totally, like, really unemployable. like, yes, sir. You talked about pegs in 1,130 videos. How did that turn out? I thought I'd retire by now. This is really cool. There's a Richard Hart database like that. Okay. Now, friends, look, my conspiracy is that this is really high quality, man. I feel like I don't even deserve this. It's almost like too high quality. So my peanut brain, seeing shadow people, conspiracy, Israeli SuperCycle, UFO SuperCycle, stablecoin SuperCycle idea of this it is building credibility so that when pDAI goes up, which we're not going to talk about, but when and if pDAI goes up, which is anti-Dune, there'll be a lot of new people coming in, and then this will literally make international headlines, okay? Because this is what you understand which we're not going to talk about this, okay? But the reason why this stupid coin not worth talking about has any difference compared to anything else. It's that there is a prophecy and a scripture. Okay? With Bitcoin at the start, it's maybe it goes up, maybe it goes down. Don't know if it works. There's no scripture. There's nothing. Nothing. Okay? All you had was Hal Finney, who did a theoretical Bitcoin to $10 million post. It's one tweet. It's one tweet. But you know who Hal Finney was. Rest in peace. Is in 2009 when you tweeted running Bitcoin, right? This is for the first time there is something with a scripture. It was like, oh, right? And we will be speaking about the discrepancy about fast peg or slow peg, friends, was I making videos about it. It's really cool. So, thank you to Mr. MVS Crypto as well, friends. So what's happening in PulseChain community? Richard Hart has been making a lot of posts about privacy. Some say privacy. Let me know what you say, friends. And Richard Hart, a lot of his posts relate to privacy. So if you go down, see a lot of it about in anonymia veritas, in anonymity truth, anonymity. Okay, so he's done a lot of these posts about privacy. Why this is important, friends? Look, Bitcoin maxis, we get it, dude. Bitcoin's got believers. The problem is Bitcoin has no solution for privacy. It can't. There's nothing on the chain. So what Bitcoin maxis do is they say, you don't want privacy. You don't want it. Respect the AI surveillance state. Give your son's arm to that doctor to inject estrogen. Give your daughter up to the state to give her testosterone pills. Open your mouth. Get bubbled by the chemtrails. Jeffrey Epstein never existed. The pedophilia island is a conspiracy. None of that ever happened. You see, that's their response to everything. They go, oh, you don't need privacy. Give your passport, your identity, and everything to that centralized exchange. Do that, because they don't have a solution. That's their solution, friends. And look, man, I'm not here to say one's right or wrong. I'm just telling you, I think the Bitcoin dominance is in complacency. And it really is, friends. Michael Saylor, some say Michael never sell Saylor, massive complacency. Michael Saylor in his recent interview, friends, I've got videos coming out today. I showed it to you in Juicy News. All he does is he quotes the Bitcoin dominance from 2021 bottom. He goes, oh, Bitcoin dominance is going up, which is funny. It's very convenient of you to pretend like this chart is not the most downwards bouncy ball chart of all time, bro. And we're going down to 36.9%. Okay. How do I know that? Friends, do you honestly think in a world of TikTok generation, brain rot sloppers, do you think they are literally going to grab Bitcoin and sit on it and go, la, 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 I am enjoying doing nothing with it. Yes, that's great. Stable coins, what are those? Swapping and trading and perps and NFTs and gambling, what's those? You know? Come on, man. But we're overdue for one. We'll see. So Richard Hart, friends, doing a lot of posts. There's also big critical news as well. They are banning children under 16 years of age. Generation Beta, they are banning them from social media. So they're trialing it. Obviously, just so you know, anything you see coming out of the United Kingdom, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, any of those, or when you see like Norway, not yes way, or Netherlands, when you see like these little plop, 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 plop fans, they are the testing grounds. It's always a testing ground policy. Australia, stupidly high tax rates for no reason. They go, oh, screw it, you're all getting wrecked, okay? And then you have things like, oh, we're just going to ban social media stuff. So that's what they do, friends. They sprinkle a testing policy at each part of the world to see how the people react. So they probably know it's too draconian. They just want to see how far they can push it. That's why, right? So, yeah, that's why they say now we're just banning all 16-year-old, anyone under 16. So then people argue and they're like, okay, we'll give it to you, but there's going to be a clause there or some way you can get into it. So this is all part of the deep state agenda, which we knew was coming. It's just we didn't think total crypto would be contracting after 5 years. Richard Hart's vision. Richard Hart explains how governments are pushing KYC, which is know your customer, and AML everywhere. Phones, websites, computers. That's our friends. Look, we know, dude. We know. Humans in crypto, we are no better than anyone else. It's just we want the solution, all right? So you're going to get some Cranky G music. And you're going to do some push-ups. We're no better. People want the solution. A solution. Just do something, okay? That's why a Bitcoin Maxi approach is like, la, 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 nothing to worry about. But by the way, why they like that? Why they like that? Bitcoin dominance is up. Michael Saylor's Ponzi. BlackRock ETF. ETH BTC is lower. They're complacent. That's why. You see? Bitcoin Maxis believe, oh, altcoins are never going up. Friends, you know, even Michael Saylor in his interview, he literally said, Bitcoin dominance has gone back up to 70%. It's never gone back down. He goes, it's gone back to 99%. I don't know, bro. I don't know. When you have to raise money to buy the Ponzi at 11.5% junk yield rates in the market, and you still can't get your stretch donut to peg, which means the yield's not high enough, something's wrong there, okay? US tablet takeover. Mr. Griffin calls for volunteers in California to help with labeling and dispatch. So we still have the PulseChain LCD marketing gifts. Remember, friends, it's kind of like just spreading seeds all around the world. Oh, look at this kitty. I wonder if he knows Lady Meow. Wow, Lady Meow. It's kind of funny, friends. Benny, it's funny. I just said the word Lady Meow once in one video. But I'm doing 6 videos a day. How the hell are you watching all of them? Like, one of my videos, I said like Lady Meow once. And then I get accused of being a simp for using the term Lady Meow. I remember when I said it, I'm like, no one's probably heard that. You guys are amazing. Look at this fluffy cat. Wow. You made me forget about those 11 red monthly candles in a row. Ladyboy Liberty is back with an indicated a direct on and off ramp coming to PulseChain. Okay, so remember we have Ladyboy Liberty. They've also been signaling a lot of pDAI lately. No one's paying attention for good reason. It's kind of a way to filter out the market in terms of like seeing are there weekend traders there or not. Okay, they're going to do a peer on ramp and off ramp, so you can just bypass the exchanges. All of it will wake up if the prices are going up. Helios Pay, Zero Trust announced Helios Pay just opened the doors to commence on PulseChain. So well done there. So now people can start accepting crypto as a payment directly to their wallets. This is a great thing in the world. So Coexistence Stevens shares a video from the Australia DeFi meetup in Perth. Next event is on July 4th, which is Independence Day. So this is really cool. Mr. Coexistence Stephen, friends. I think he's got a meditation center as well.
Okay, so the introduction, who are we? We're
Well
also...
done. I think Mr. Coexistence Stephen, he's been doing it 7 days. It's really good to have him back, man. When he came back, I was like, man, so many people are missing. They're so missing. I don't blame you, dude. Price is low. You know what I mean? I don't even know how I'm waking up every day. Like, you know it's going to be low again. You know, we got a long way to go. Just to let you know as well, friends, where we are now. By the way, talk about the crowd being wrong. SpaceX is up 22%. Now 2.5 trillion because retail's not in. Retail's not in. Retail keeps trying to call the top on stocks, right? I think we are doing a massive melt up, which I'll show you as well. You can see on the NASDAQ. Okay, you see the NASDAQ chart. See this gap up as well. Telling you, bro, don't bother, friends. How many times did we go through this? Everyone's calling the top. I said, dude, stocks don't go down like crypto. Stocks are not a scam. They're an up-only scam. They go like this. Wee. Okay, that's what they do. They let all the institutions exit for like 12 months, 6 to 12 months. Oh, man, one day crypto will be like that. One day. We have a DEX aggregator. Okay, Brandon posting updates on Switch, fully online with Liberty Swap V3. That's really cool. So more integrations, more liquidity, more routes, maybe some ratio trading going to happen. Be careful of that game. I would personally, not financial advice. I don't know anything. Ecosystem's down for 5 years, but I would just be equally getting core coins. $10 doonies, right? Neil held another DeFi on PulseChain and Beyond Spaces. And he has special guests. Crowd favorite, Tangent, and Pangle. Pangle is now here. Well done, sharing updates on PulseX. Well done, friends. You're going to get some PUBG music. Welcome, Pangle. Pangle! Are you sure you want to be here, Mr. Pangle? I'm just got to ask you this question because, you know, we're down after 5 years. And this is not stock market boomer years. Okay, these are crypto years. They go 3.5 times as longer, you know? We don't have 8-hour days here, man. It's 24 hours a day. Welcome, welcome. PulseChain in Poland. I like Poles. B Bambalot updates the Polish community regularly with everything interesting on PulseChain. Well done. Shout out to everyone there in the land of Poles. We do love you and appreciate you over there. Trench Capital. So we have MoneyGan and Sick Alpha going live for episode 10 of Trench Capital. And they're talking about other coins. Hyperliquid flipping soy, XRP, SpaceX, BTC, oil. They're just talking about different market stuff. Which exactly what happens, friends. At the bottoms, there's low volume. There's no volatility, right? That's good. So everybody just starts trading. People want to participate in Hyperliquid. Look, fans, I'll just tell you right now, Hyperliquid's good. Just be careful of the utility trap. What I mean by that, right? Because in crypto, every single coin has a 90% drop. Literally everything. Okay, Bitcoin did 94% twice. Okay, every coin has the 90% drop. You don't know what the founders, the insiders, the believers, what will they do? Not if it drops 90%, but when. Are they going to quit? Have they cashed out enough? Do they want to go pivot to something else? You don't know that. You hope they're in there, but you don't know that. That's why if the community has utility, it's a trap. Because what people don't know is not if, but when the volume dries up, the activity is not as high, and there's another new coin, another new protocol, which is cheaper prices, and it's more towards the narrative of the time. How does your coin community react? Do people come out and step up, or they just run away? Most coins, people just run away because they're not getting paid. Okay. Remember, friends, as well. Look, it's funny, but it's sad because holding coins is considered kryptonite now because it's gone down for many years. What people are now doing is they're trading, but they think, oh, let me go to Hyperliquid and trade. Dude, do you understand? There is a 99% chance that you open up your account in Hyperliquid in 12 months or 24 months, you will have less money than what you started. 99% chance. Yep. But everyone thinks that they're going to be the special snowflake. So everyone's going to keep trying, you know, and we'll see what happens. You know, there'll be some sort of new story, a new way for retail to make money and start trading. That's for sure. Here we go. Extra bling. PulseChain Store has shared a set of HEX, Pulse, PulseX, and Ink necklaces with the community. I think maybe these, friends, we have all these lovely, lovely things so you can be reminded of your amazing investment decision 5 years ago. Yes, yes, nothing's going to go wrong here. Been tough. Really, really, really tough. Really tough, you know. Like I say, though, Bitcoin dominance, complacency. Funny, fans, you know, if you're an altcoin now, do you understand how easy it is to be long altcoins here? Because you've had 5 years of people leaving. 5 years. So literally the people you're with now are literally never leaving at any cost. They're never, ever, ever, ever leaving. You had 5 years of getting mogged. In the past, the maximum was 3 years. So, you know, and Bitcoin has only gone up for 5 years. Right? So you don't know. What's Michael Saylor going to be talking about if Bitcoin dominance goes below 50%? Do you even know? You don't know. I'll show you. See, no one's thinking like that, okay? Because most influencers are talking about hard shocks. Come trade with my trading indicator. Oopsies, am I just selectively biased in how I choose the coin that goes up? You didn't know that until 12 months from now, which is exactly what happens. So hard or shocks. So how's Michael Saylor going to react if Bitcoin dominance is 48%? How's he going to react if Bitcoin dominance is 39%? How Bitcoin Maxi is going to react, by the way. You don't know that. You don't know that, okay? Now, you might say, oh, they're never going to leave. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Let's see what he does, right? Do you think Michael Saylor will add Ethereum? Imagine that. Imagine that. What if Michael Saylor does an Ethereum thing where they get Ethereum, they do Ethereum staking, and then they take the Ethereum yield and they just dump it for Bitcoin? You know? I wonder if they start playing with, you know, some sinful stuff, the forbidden fruit later on. We'll see. So you obviously, most people will play some angel music again. Most people that you think there's a 0% chance of that happening. Yeah, but you don't know anything, dude. Just like most people said, there's a 0% chance altcoins can go down for 5 years in a row, while the market is melting upwards. While you have Bitcoin above 100K. You see? So never say never. Useful Intel tools. XJita has shared useful tools with the community with the PulseChain portfolio tracker. So we do have a lot of some OTC on-chain stuff. Really cool. Fun community push. Hundreds of community members, including Holly Ma. I wonder if she knows Elon Ma. Holly Ma, Elon Ma's favorite, and Real Maddie, not the fake Maddie. Real Maddie Crypto have voted and campaigned hard all across the world for Richard Hart to appear on Joe Rogan. Okay, so Joe Rogan. So there's some vote that appeared with Richard Hart here. Nothing ever happens with them. People just waste their time and their energy. Nothing ever happens. But yeah, just let me know what you guys think. Do you think it's psyops, friends? Literally nothing ever happens. Do you remember what happened to the Ran and Richard Hart interview? Nothing happens. I just feel like it's just carrot on a stick, just so people don't leave, you know, during these periods of time while things are tough. But we'll see. ZKP's block mining. ZKP on Pulse. Volume reaches 1.5 billion. So I think ZKP, was that the privacy thing? We also have Railgun tech using the Ethereum layer 2. I wonder how it compares. The bridge is going bonkers. Kryptonite shares a post from Whale Pulse highlighting official PulseChain bridge net inflows. Hits over $1.4 million in 9 days. Man, that is so bad. 1.4 million. My gosh. 1.4 million. Friends, you know, 5 years ago, the expectation was $1 billion. So it's 1,000x lower a week. Damn. Wow. 1,000. Well, that actually makes sense because that makes sense. People thought PulseChain would be 100 billion market cap by now. Or no, maybe 20 to 50 billion, right, by now. But it's only 100 million. Okay, so that is like, it's 50 to 100x lower or 1,000x lower. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, because that's what they just, okay, just so everyone knows, I ran polls in 2022 on Twitter about pDAI's, sorry, not pDAI. We're not going to talk about pDAI. We're not going to talk about, ignore that message. Ignore pDAI the token. Just ignore it, okay? We're not going to be talking about pDAI. For PulseChain, the sacrifices, I did polls on what the crowd expected. Man, this is wild, fans. The average was 250x from sack price. Let me actually see it. I'm not making it up. That was the average. 250x from sack price. That's wild, dude. Yes, I'll show you. That was the average, my friends. Okay, so if you get here, Jesus Christ. So that would be his pulse. So where is a 250x? It is, there you go, 2.7 cents. There you go. About 1 to 2, yeah, about 2.5 cents. So based off the crowd expectations by now, it is down. Let's see how far away they are. It's down 99.97%, which is similar actually to the HEX high, you know? Yeah, so I remember that poll. That's why I was, it's kind of funny, friends. I was considered a massive contrarian doomer bear because I was like, man, if everyone's expecting 250x from sack price, I just said divide it by 5. Maybe we get 50x, and not even anywhere near close. Not even anywhere near close, you know? I know it hurts to hear, but you gotta understand that so you don't make that mistake again. But, you know, no one's gonna make that mistake again, ever, for a very, very, very long time. Very long time. Like, look at the NASDAQ. People still today talk about 2001, 1999. You hear it all everywhere. AIs, tech bubble, tech bubble, tech bubble. No one's gonna make that mistake again, ever, for like literally ever. Unless something in AI blows everyone's minds so much, okay? That's probably when. But until then, it's gonna literally, you're never gonna see it. People are too cautious. Bridge going bonkers, as I mentioned. Cross-chain swaps, hypermid, and official ramp now, not ramp later. Cross-chain swaps, it's really cool. Same as Liberty Swap. $1 watch. So Crypto Bella dropped a 12-minute video breaking down all the current hits on whether pDAI will peg next month in July. So this is it. We have a, this is really cool. Now, I'll just look, friends. I know it kills the imagination. I give it like a negative 9,000% chance we're pegging in a month. Okay, because friends, like I've told you. Okay, we're not speaking about pDAI. So what I'm about to tell you, I'm going to tell it to you so you know to ignore it. Okay? So why would you give people a bid at $1 when you know there will be people who will sell you at 1 cent, 2 cents, 5 cents, 10 cents, right? So you just think about it logically. And also, just to let you know how it works, friends, people give attention to stuff where they think they can make money. So there's a lot of, I even saw some comments, friends. We'll go through some comments shortly, but some of you said, Sommi, it makes sense to reward only the believers. Habibi, you've got $2 billion. There's a bunch of people yelling on the internet. There's 5,000 people yelling on the internet, and there are 500 million people in crypto. Do you honestly think someone is going to say, okay, what I'm going to do is make these 5,000 people rich immediately so these people can't get in? These 500 million people. That doesn't make any sense, okay? What makes more sense is you start narratives like 99 Capital going, we're going to peg tomorrow. And then again, we're going to peg tomorrow. And each wave gets more and more and more attention until the very, very, very end, when maybe pDAI is, let's say it's like all the way up in years from now. Now it's like 30 cents. Well, oh, you're a non-believer. You still get to participate. You get a 3x out of it, right? And that benefits the whole of PulseChain. All of it. Okay? Because people are watching. They think there's something in for it. They come in, and that would make the most sense. But also, you got to think, you know, friends, it's 487x away. You know, 487x away. Just to tell you, friends, if Bitcoin did a 487x, that is a price of $32 million. That's the high end of Michael Saylor's 30-year target for Bitcoin. That's gold. You know what I mean? So you're not going to get this anywhere else. Okay? And so just ignore everything I said. All right? We're not going to be talking about it. We got honorable mentions as well. PulseChain at the club. Oh, wow. We have Mr. Illy79 reps his PulseChain shirt at the club. Ladies, wait in line. Check this out. This is amazing. Check it out. Wow. That's really cool. You know, man, I want to tell you something as well, right? While we play some Guts music. Here's the funniest part. I can literally tell you the roadmap, which I don't even have, about a coin. That's the logic part of your brain working. But as soon as a candle goes up or down, emotion fully overrides it. I mean, we're living it every single day. Every single day. Every single time, friends. We've seen it. So even though, like, people are always amazed. They're like, how come everyone is learning so much? Because, bro, it's all about the price, dude. Nothing matters except the price. That's the only thing that matters. It's a pure reflection of everyone's emotional sentiment. So no one actually believes there's alpha unless things go to the moon. Or they go down. Honorable mentions. Hog shares a video of Sommi scoring a goal at the World Cup against Ivan. Man, this is gold. This is really good. This is using AI, man. This is so good. It's a die song as well. It's so funny. I'm kicking a Pokeball. This is so funny. Oh, man, he starts crying. Oh, that's gold. And it's a giant peg trophy. Well done. That's good, man. That's good. Like I say, friends, the only reason why I'm talking to you about it, and it's a very good reason, but there is only one reason. It's because everyone thinks you're stupid and your coins can't possibly go up. So if they do go up, people get FOMO because they're like, no, that guy's an idiot. He's not allowed to make money without me. That's actually what happens. So if there is something that goes, wee, you know, you gotta think about it. That's everyone comes in for FOMO. Yeah, that's all. The greatest revelation I had in crypto was no one actually thinks anyone here's smart at all. They think you're actually stupid. See, everyone in crypto thinks you think they're smart. Decentralization, cryptography, the future of the world, the future of money. You sound like a retarded to everyone else, okay? Because you go down for so long and you're underperforming everything, right? It's just that when the prices go up, people see, oh, that stupid guy, why is his portfolio going up? Okay, he doesn't know anything. Look how dumb he sounds. He holds stuff offside forever. And that's why they all come in. It's actually very, very, very powerful. You know, that's why, like, not if, but when. Okay, when our prices go up, I'm not going to be coming out with the framing of like, look how smart I am. Look how smart I am. Look at my giant lollipop. It's not going to be that. I'll be like, oh my gosh, even an idiot like me is making so much money. What an idiot you are to be trading right now. How stupid are you? You gave that guy $2,000 for a trading indicator. Look at this retardio. He put $1,000 into this coin. He's up 10x. Your account's smaller than when you started. Wow. No one's stupid enough to go buy that indicator. The real stupid idiots know this thing is going higher, you know? So obviously you'll know it's a joke, but it's actually very effective. It's very, very effective, friends. PulseChain with pDAI, which we're not going to talk about, a perfect microcosm of it. There are people in PulseChain with just in case pDAI goes up stack, which is funny. And a lot of them are the biggest fudders, which is wild. I don't understand why you guys do this to yourself, bro. Like, you have a hedge stack and you're writing essays about why the thing's doomed. That makes... Why? Like, you just... Like, okay, think about it. If it gives you enough motivation to write a whole essay about a coin not worth talking about, all right, and you have a hedge stack, just think about what you're doing here. You're giving Mindshare to something that you think is definitely going to go to zero for a third time. It's exactly like what happened to HEX in 2020. More honorable mentions. The Great Ox drops his top 4 projects he recommends getting into. Let's see what they are. I wonder if they're all the core coins. Mr. Oxyboo, the Cabal King, Zero Knowledge Printer, ZK Peers, Ethos Yield Farm. Good luck to everyone, friends. Good luck. Hope they all work out. It's crypto, bro. You know, we don't know what we're doing. If we knew what we were doing, we would have bought potatoes last month and made 7x. Crowd favorite Crypto Coffee highlights the crypto mistakes that cost people everything on Bitcoin, PulseChain, HEX, and Ethereum. So we do appreciate all the videos and the message of everything here. You are luring people to get their funds raided. This app is so bugged and sad. Okay, this is the first reply. That's actually the Sir Nathan conspiracy bot that guy that was replying to as well. Events. Oh, look, I know we're on the team. We want everything to go up. It's just like you can't like gaslight people. You know what I mean? Like, you can't say like, oh, everything's great, bro. Like, when you're down, you were down just a few days ago, 95% from 5 years ago. People remember, man, you know? People remember. That's why I don't say everyone else is stupid. I'm a smart person, because it's not true. I just say, you know what? I'm just going to keep DCA buying $10 unis every single week. Every single week. Okay? That's all you can do. That's what I love. There's always a guy comes out and says, but you didn't sound very convincing. But you didn't sound convincing. Exactly. Exactly. That actually makes me more bullish on what I'm doing. It really does. Okay? Here we have more pictures of everyone out here. This is really cool. This is some of the merch. PulseChain store. Really cool. Here we have Money Gang and his friend. Probably talking about trading stuff. These are some PulseChain merch out here. Yes, gonna find my next victim to get into the community. That'd be great. That's funny. You gotta laugh. You gotta laugh, friends. Okay, so you deserve even more cranky G's, right? Some Pokemon Journey music. Warning to all Pokemon card holders. All right. Iced coffee. You know, with Graham Stefan and the other young boy looking guy. They just had a guy on there, $55 million Pokemon portfolio. All right. So it's funny. He's 7 years old, right? And he bought Pokemon cards when he was 40 years old because he's collected everything. He goes, many of his cards went to zero and he paid a lot for them and he doesn't care. He just likes the cards. He has 5 storage units. He has armed guards around his house and his house doesn't even have any Pokemon cards. He just has armed guards for his home or big like security guards because people think he has Pokemon cards inside his home to go steal from him. He's got like 117 of the Charizards. He's got, yeah, man, it's wild. It's wild. He's never selling any of them, ever. He's only sold like 1 batch of cards to like 1 friend like 5 years ago. He refuses to get rid of them. Okay, it's kind of funny. It's like the micro sale of Pokemon cards. Yeah, and he says that this thing's just going up forever. But he says even he thinks this is a top now. Because there's euphoria. So it is kind of funny, friends, just how these things work. It reminds me of altcoins, man. It's like, how do you know you're going to be the one to win? You just don't. You just don't. It's really tough. We just hope that there's something special going on here. I hope so. 99 Capital as well, friends, made a post 24 hours ago. The Origin dollar. So, friends, I made a post about what is Origin dollar. It's interesting. Origin dollar, okay, OUSD. I've never heard of it. You can hold a US dollary doonie in your wallet, and it's obviously a wrapped token. Okay, it's wrapped, and it auto earns yield for you. Okay, but what it represents is the wrapped token, like OUSD, they already have on Ethereum. It represents the stablecoin native, or whatever it is, in like Aave or Compound, which is supplied to the network in like very, very low risk stuff. So it's another way to earn it. So why it's important is 99 has brought it to our attention. It's a perfect wrapper to lock the minted pDAI into the L2 layer 2. You see that? Very interesting, because that was solving this big problem. If we can't make pDAI, is there a way around it? That's why some people think this lock and mint and layer 2 section might have something to do with it. I don't know how it works out as well, friends. As you've seen by now, there is PulseChain Tiger Crypto. This is I don't know where this came from. Okay, it's a massive mystery, but out of nowhere, Tiger Crypto just for some reason got this insatiable rage for pDAI and just starts going hard out of nowhere.
Here's a fun mathematical fucking fact for you pDAI fucking faggots. You don't understand mathematics. 1 + 1 is 2, you stupid motherfuckers. Yes, I'm talking to you. You little dumbass watching this video. Let me explain something about pDAI. 44 billion tokens out there, right? 44 billion, that's how many exist.
It's kind of funny, he doesn't watch my videos. What he's talking about is the collateral problem, you know? And I told him, I go, yeah, dude, no one solved that. And actually, if you watch all my videos, friends, I've told you, if there was a logical path to solve the collateral problem, pDAI's price, which we're not talking about today, wouldn't be this low. Someone would start front running the market. If they can see that there's a path, I'll go, oh, there's $2 billion sitting here. They're probably going to go on a protocol. People don't leave pDAI down this low. There's no free lunch here, you see? So the price is this cheap precisely because there is no path for these, you know? That's why I'm just telling you, if there is higher prices, there probably is going to be some sort of trap where people are going to think that it's going to peg fast and then it gets dumped down, etc., etc. Just lets everyone in. It could be it, okay? But since we're not talking about it today, we're going to go to the comment section because I do love and appreciate every single one of you. That's what we're going to do right now. Thank you so much. Okay, so we have everyone talking about juice, spoonies, juice and vibes. People are smoking that hopium today. Pass the pipe, baby dolls. Here you go, friends. We always share the love around here. Slight grain reversal. Can Bitcoin get back to 100K? Is anything going to happen there? Probably not. We do have others BTC, though, which is a ratio of altcoins to Bitcoin. They are still swooping up, friends. MACD, green. We got a long way to go, man. We just got a long way to go. No other way to say it. Right? I wanted to turn around fast, but there's no popcorn moves down here. You know, there isn't. Welcome. Welcome to crypto. DB Cooper, free DB Cooper. I'm in Twitter jail. I did nothing. Yeah, so Twitter jail, just to let everyone know, friends, it is an Israeli SuperCycle. All of Twitter, ChatGPT, Grok, it is pro-Israel only. There is, you can't say anything anti-Israel. Now, honestly, I don't give a crap. You know, I don't care. I'm here for altcoins, bro. I don't give a shit. There's a new narrative, a new story. We're all goyim anyway. It's a goy boy SuperCycle. I don't care, but I'm just letting you know that, okay? Look, I can't tell you how to feel about anything except, you know, feel good that we're friends, but don't waste your time with this, like, you know, race, religion, let's hate each other and do all that. You understand? That's goy stuff. That's what they do. They just pit us against each other because it's insiders and outsiders. That's it. And there's nothing you get from it as well. Like, friends, everyone knows, dude. Of course. Friends, the further you go deep down into the Israeli SuperCycle, if you're like really in the know and you understand it, you understand there's actually a USA SuperCycle. Because everything bad, really bad, that the US deep state does, they get Israel to do the work for them. And they just blame Israel. And Israel don't mind because they're getting a lot out of it. You see, there's a lot of things where they're the fall guys. They just keep using them for that. You see, so basically it's insiders versus outsiders. There's nothing we can do about it anyway. They've suppressed crypto for this long. Hopefully it doesn't stay like this forever. And we have Mr. Q-Storm, who I replied in the chat. Mr. Q-Storm earlier said, 99 Capital is saying there isn't a second chance for those that aren't in pDAI before the peg. Negates your slow grind up theory. Bullish. And I kindly replied, sir, we are now in June 2026. We have been hearing that for at least 24 months every month. 24 months we've been hearing that, and I'll show you the full chart. Okay, just so everyone else out here, just so you know to ignore this, we're not going to be talking about pDAI. We've been hearing fast peg, where is June 20, right here. You see that? In the process, it actually went to 0, and it's taken 24 months. So yeah, just telling you that. Also, friends, I don't give a crap because I am, if we get 3 cents, friends, I've lost my mind at 3 cents. You understand? I've lost my mind because if it goes and does the cup and handle and it hits 4 or 5, I've literally, I don't know if these aorta valves can take it if it's at 5 cents, you know. But that's why I grounded myself a bit, because I calculated, remember I told you how much paper money the hexagons had? Dude, it blows us to smithereens, even at $1. Yeah, it blows us to, just to tell you, friends, just to tell you out here. Remember, I am a grown man with peg nipples right now. I just want to just remind you how fast and how much money the hexagons made. Also, if you are one of those big hex holders, I'm sorry to bring up PTSD. I know what it does, but this is insane, because I don't know what the solution is, man. If I knew what was going on, like I said, I'd be in Pokemon cards. I would have bought potatoes. I'd be leveraged long SanDisk and made 64x. Just to show you this, friend, this is HEX, okay? You know, all those big whales. Do you remember at the beginning of this video, friends, at the beginning of this stream, I told you, you know, like Gunther and Wallet DR1 and Rector Michelle and Conrad Zen, all these guys, right? Conrad Zen, giant. But everyone had about 500,000 to $1 million. Let's just say $1 million. They had about $1 million in 2020. Can you believe that? So, not at the tip of the bull market, before the real bull even started. In the Bitcoin halving year, they had $1 million. Yeah, they went really hard. You understand how risky it is? Richard Hart, you know, he's on stream. We've never seen anything like this before, and they just all threw in 50K, 30K, 50K at the start, dude. That's a lot. You know how much $50,000 was in 2020? That, you know, Bitcoin in 2020 was about $6,000 average price for the year. So they threw in 8 Bitcoin into an altcoin. Imagine you had 8 Bitcoin today. That is $500,000, and you put it into one altcoin. And there were like 30 of you. That's wild, man. That's bonkers. And it worked. My gosh. So right here, they had $1 million right here. Okay. Let me just show you what happened, friends. From November 2020, so they had about $1 million. From here, it goes up 150x. So from the middle of the price, let's just do this. It goes up 100x. Can you believe that? So they all had $1 million here. And then they all had $100 million 10 months later. This is not even a year later, man. All of them. 100 million. Oh my gosh. Yeah, man, that's crazy. In 10 months, up only. And there's, oh man, it's just, that's why we don't, nothing compares, dude. Nothing compares, man. That's also why, like, yeah, there's been a lot of shakeouts. But we're not going to talk about pDAI today. Okay. Let me know, friends, are you enjoying these momentary green? Oh, wow, we're red already. PulseX, well done. You won green day in 11 months, and you've stopped already. Congratulations. It was fun while it lasted, friends. I will be catching up on all the commentaroonies. I do appreciate it. Mr. The Creek saying Pimpin. What is it at now? Talking about maybe talking about a coin we won't talk about called pDAI. No one loves life. Ever since pDAI went to 0 after the floppy wheelie auction, my excitement levels have dropped to 0 while I continue to DCA. Well done, sir, Mr. Lowen. And it's the exact same thing as me. That's why my euphoria is like really high. No, I want to see above 3 cents, man. It's just too much damage, man. I'd like to see that. Man, can we also get the core coins up? But yeah, it's also remind you, fans, it's not the dumpers. Okay, it's not. I know it looks like it's a dumper. It's not, dude. It's the girth of the market is really floppy and sloppy. So yeah, we just don't have buyers lurking around. Let's continue out here. Hex deck. I am a buyer at these levels. And then he writes J/S. Okay. I don't know what the JS stands for. Maybe jelly beans and sugar. Thank you, sir. Half me jart. Tiger Crypto is always so angry. He is, sirs. He is. You know, friends, I hope you understand, like, friends, you understand, like, Tiger Crypto is calling us a bunch of fun and games, FAGs. Like, you gotta understand, friends, they're giving you free indicators because there's so many coins to yell about, but they're yelling about this one coin that you can identify. You can't put this on a chart. You can't put it on a chart, right? You're like, wait a minute, why this coin? Well, start asking questions, you know? Doesn't necessarily mean it continues, no, but you got to think about it. Isn't that special? Out of 40 million coins, this one is not worth talking about. Stefan, P Tiger called me a maggot. What shall I do? Maybe DCA buy some also. Kicking it with kicks. Sommi, do you think Ricardo is going to buy up the stupid coin using privacy protocols? The chart looks like it's not allowed to go. Look, friends, dude. Friends, I want popcorn move. It's been 5 years, bro. I want us to get paid tomorrow. Okay, I think everyone deserves it way, way, way more than anything else. But that doesn't mean anything. I'm just going to be objective. If I was in control, forgetting you and me, I'm just going to be objective. I would maximize the eyeballs and the opportunity of people to get in over time. Okay, that's what I would do. All right, I would let people think it's fast peg, dump, fast peg, dump, fast peg, dump. With each wave, more eyeballs come in so that when the pDAI peg happens here, you now have maybe a 10 million extra eyeballs who care about you. And that 10 million eyeballs, right, they are going to be baited by people saying, did you miss pDAI? This is the next pDAI. And that next thing might be eHEX, pHEX parity. PulseChain going up. I'm just giving you examples here, right? So that's probably what someone in the driver's seat would do. Okay, that's probably what they would do, right? Remember, I'm being objective. Because if it was up to you and me, I'd say like press peg tomorrow, put 2 billion in so we can all get out. But get out to what, dude? You know, get out to what? What are you gonna do? I know what you're gonna do. Everyone wants to do the same thing, friends. That's why I like. Look, I'm telling you, man. But I'll just give you an example. There are people who have an enormous amount of pDAI, like 10 million. So if pDAI is 10 cents, right, they are going to have $1 million. Yeah. I wonder if they get to see $1 million appear on their screen and then it goes down to 3 cents and FUD appears. All right. I wonder, are they going to stay or are they going to sell? I reckon a lot of people are going to sell. A lot of people are going to say, they're going to be like, 300K is enough, you know, and they get out. I'm just giving you an example. If you think none of them are going to sell, well, we'll see. Let's get to that moment first, right? I'm just giving you an example of these, right? Now, you might also wonder, but Sommi, with HEX, those people went from 1 million to 100 million. There was a difference though, all right? Back then, it was the first time. So no one had any ever intention of exiting. Everybody thought you could live off the yield in HEX. No one had seen, okay, we've had 3 cycles where every altcoin goes to 0. They're all scams. That's what everybody thinks, okay? No one wants to hold an altcoin, ever. Now you have that. Also back then, friends, you had the PulseChain sacrifice here, and Richard Hart said, you know, PulseChain could be launched in 2 weeks. So people were holding out not selling because they thought that they're going to get the pHEX copy, which would be worth something. Okay. So you can't repeat that again. You just can't. And even though you want to repeat that again, there's not enough new people in. Those retailers, they're in everything. They're in other things. You know, retailers are in Hyperliquid thinking it can't go down with a buy and burn. Retailers have bought SanDisk because they said, oh, the monthly RSI for SanDisk, it's only 99 out of 100, but it's not 100 out of 100. So technically, I'm still early, right? That's what retail is doing. And they're buying Pokemon cards, for example. You know, so then you might wonder, hey, if there's so many skeptical people, does that mean we are not allowed to go up? No. It just means there's no popcorn move. It means there are hope and disbelief, hope and disbelief, hope and disbelief. That's usually what happens. Okay. But what do I know, man? I'm just guessing. And then you also have like PLS as well, friends. PulseChain. Yeah, man. This is, friends. You got to remember as well. We got a lot of big guys who they can't wait to dump the crap out of it as it goes up. Yeah, I already know that they're dumping now. They're dumping now. And don't be scared by that because there's no exchange listings or anything here. But yeah, look, I don't know why. I just look in my mind. I always imagined that this stupid coin not worth talking about would go so high, it hits a point where PulseX, pHEX, HEX Whales, Mr. Perv, where the people holding them, they feel left out. And what they do is they dump the coins even lower and they chase pDAI. And that might be where it switches. I always imagine that because it's very effective to get rid of weak trader hands in here, you know? So that's actually what happened before. Yeah, and people made the wrong move. Okay, so I don't advocate for any of these. You can do what you want, friends. I don't know what's going on, okay? Went to zero twice. We're not going to talk about it. This is awesome. We have the Spoonies out. Mr. David Clark. Mr. David Clark's out here, sir. We've been expecting you. And Donkey Kong 4366. Little Kitty Crypto crashing out again. I think his slave ring is picking up on 5G signals, scrambling his brain. Very interesting, sir. I don't have a brain to get scrambled. AM, 7 pulse calls. Sommi, I've got a peanut brain too. Welcome aboard. But I wonder if crypto goes down so fast. Can it not go up fast too? Isn't that why we're believers? My friend, that hopium comment, you're gonna get it. You're a spoonie wielder, so you're becoming a moderator right now. I'm here to protect you, okay? I'm here to protect your little feeble heart. That type of hope where we could go up any moment now, that hope is why everyone's gone. Because they thought any day now, any day now, any day now. 2023, 12 months, down. 2024, 12 months, fail. 2025, 12 months, fail. That's now 36 months. Here we are halfway through 2026. That's another 6 months. So 40 plus months of just that. So, you know, those are people who are not around, friends. They're not people who are not around. $10 reduties. $10 reduties, my friends. See, look, I'll tell you right now, friends. Look, I don't know if this is going to work out. I just look at the retailers, dude. Retailers said SpaceX is going to top the market. It didn't. They're about to get mogged. They don't know what they're doing, okay? Do I got to remind you, retailers bought gold and silver. You remember that? Friends, it wasn't funny. Do you remember when gold and silver went up? How many crypto influencers who've never spoken about gold and silver said, did I tell you I've got gold and silver? You bunch of soy boy scum, gaslighting trash bags, all of you. Oh, I'm a genius. I actually had gold and silver. Well done. Well done. Just revealed yourselves out to be all a bunch of frauds and you stopped the market. Thank you very much. Enjoy the bouncy ball action. And here's Silver Rooney. If this was an altcoin, bro, be honest. If this was an altcoin, you know what's happening next, bro. You don't even need to talk about it. You know what's coming next. Imagine that was an altcoin, okay? I hope it goes up, by the way. Ah, man. So that's retailers, friends. Remember right here, my barber, one of my barbers said, silver's going to $500. Literally right here. Oh, man, I loved it. Man, wasn't it funny? Every crypto influencer, give me reputation points, crowd. I was actually owning gold and silver the whole time. Yeah, man, because they don't believe in what they're holding. That's why they talk like that. because they're farming the audience, right? Some people, like the Generation Zoomers, they call it aura, but really it's not an aura unless, like, do you want to call it an aura if someone unzips their pants, hangs a wee-wee in your mouth and gives you a bubbling session? Is that what you call aura? Because that's what you're basically doing as a Generation Zoomer kid with your pasta spaghetti hair, sucking off the LA vape cabal. Yes, worship my feet. I am Anthem. I never liked Solana in the first place. Never, ever, ever talked about Solana ever. Please, I never said $1,000 soy. They don't learn, man. See, bro, this, when you have a 15-second memory and you treat yourself like a goldfish, well, the rest of the world is going to treat you like a goldfish as well, because you don't know any better. You never hold people accountable. You don't even like hold yourself accountable, right? But friends, we need, see, these people, God bless them. We need them. We need them. Yeah. That's a 20-cent pDAI buyer. It's like a free 5x for me. Yeah. They'll buy pDAI 50 cents. Oh, it's a free 2x. Yeah. Friends, look for asymmetric upside, okay? Friends, do you understand? There's a sport out there. There's a round ball, and if you kick it, you have to get it into the back of the net. Some people call it football. There is a World Cup football tournament out there, all right? Every 4 years, people get on grass, and they try to kick the ball in the back of the net. One guy bet on Espanyol to beat this little third world country, Cape Verde. I don't know if they're third world country, but I think they are. They were paying like $30 or something. Okay. He got it wrong. He bet on the favorite. He put $1 million redunis on Spain to win, and they drew. They literally got a draw. So he put $1 million to try and make $85,000, and he missed it. He lost his $1 million redunis. Asymmetric downside. Okay. That's retailers, friends. Retailers are like, oh, it's guaranteed they're going to win, right? Okay, if you keep looking for these things that are guaranteed, you get mogged. Because if it's favorite, if it's guaranteed, too many people know it's guaranteed. You have no extra edge. You have to look for stuff where the odds are not betting on the favorites like that. It doesn't necessarily mean take them. Just that's what you have to be looking at, right? Pay attention, friends. Heaven is a place on earth. All right. Stiff Tech. Sommi friend, what kind of coffee are you drinking? Hopefully it's not a soy latte. Do you want to know what's funny? You know VITALIK? Actual Lord VITALIK? Lord VITALIK, he made this funny tweet, 2024. No, maybe 2025. He made this tweet where he said, I had no idea soy latte was a real drink. He goes, because everybody just keeps saying I drink soy latte. Man, it killed me. It literally killed me. So many people say he drinks soy latte. He had no idea that it was an actual real thing. That was awesome. John Smith, Uncle Peter was right. Crypto is dead. Yeah, but he's always a bottom signal as well. Norge, Uncle Peter is wrong. This is awesome, friends. Tigra, put the fries in the bag, Tommy. Put the fries in the bag. I will. So, Mr. Juice and Vibes. We trend down for 5 years. Now the trend will be up for mostly 3 to 4. Yes, sir. So that is possible. You can actually see it on Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin dominance, we're in never before seen territory. So the most it's done is 2 red years in a row. Okay. So look, I'm not ruling it out, but it could have 3 red years in a row. It could, right? Where it goes down, and then 2029. That could possibly happen, right? Unless there's a popcorn alt season moment. But personally, just being unbiased, there's so much Terra Luna PTSD still, man. There is so much. Ocean Malibu. Does recency bias apply to Richard Hart calls from now on? Maybe, sir. Maybe. You know, what do you mean by that in recency bias? Though, in terms of him being right with the calls, or... man, yeah, it's just... nothing works. Friends, no one's in control, bro. No one's in control. No one. Ocean Malibu, call me crazy, Sommi, but I literally made a bot that auto-downloads your every upload, and I set up an R drive for your entire channel. And I do this all because you're the only tuning friend I've ever had. Thank you so much, sir. Do you know there was a guy, I'll never forget this. You know when I first made my videos in 2023, a guy messaged me on Telegram, and he was doing the same thing. I think he's gone now. Maybe he's still here. But his mind was blown at the free information I was giving. He couldn't believe it because he was so convinced I was going to start charging everyone in 2023, teaching about ratios, how to see what's actually value, all these things. He couldn't believe it. So he thought they were all going to get deleted. So he saved it. And he basically said, hey, you know, just in case you ever make it free one day, I've saved it. It was basically like threatening me. it was so funny. I was just confused because it was like broken English. I'm like, what's this guy on about? I'm like, then I realized his mind, his mind blew. He's like, no, can't possibly give this for free. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Where is the buy signal for potatoes though? That's what we're waiting for the whole time. Kingo, Michael Saylor only has one option with Ethereum. Buy it. There is no sell button. Warning, my friends, with Bitcoin dominance. Thank you for that, sirs. So right here, friends, Michael Saylor has, now for the love of God, do not touch this. There is a protocol on Ethereum called Apex, all right? And it does stretch. So it takes your money and then it goes, buys Michael Saylor's stretch, it gets the yield and it pays you out a yield. You know, it gives you like, and they keep a bit of like a percentage point, all right? Don't touch it. Worst decision ever, asymmetric downside. If Bitcoin goes up, you make 1% a month. If Bitcoin goes down, you go to 0. So, not worth it, dude. Just like the pDAI yield games, okay? So be very, very, very careful with those. But that's what happens as well, by the way. Because we're in a marketplace where everyone's been damaged for 5 years, people want to take the no downside bets. They want to keep betting on favorites because they're so damaged from the past. But everyone's doing it at the same time. That's why it doesn't work out, okay? Well done. Let's continue. Shabbat Shalom from Lord Repulsive. Shabbat Shalom, sir. It's great to have you here for the Israeli SuperCycle. Actually, that's a very, very good segue as well. I made a Twitter article, friends. And yeah, it sounds very confusing. Israeli SuperCycle. Most people in disbelief. Trust me, I'm in disbelief too. Israeli SuperCycle means Ethereum is going up. All right. In 2023, I could see the riveting thesis, which I made, where I could see the market, the world had enough of the woke, pink hair, Reddit moderator vibes, right? And it was dying off and the pendulum was going to swing. And they would use, say, Pepe as a vehicle to bet on Donald Trump. And it's actually wild. Pepe did go up, okay? So it made no sense at the time. And then a year or two later, I was vindicated, right? Similarly, I'm saying Israel SuperCycle. They're not going away, man. Friends, everything with Israel attached, everything, they crime pump it. They just know what they're doing, dude. Israel, heavily influenced in Ethereum, okay? Big time. It's a matter of time. I mean, do I even talk to you about Zcash? I don't know what it is, but it's just, this is it, friends. You could just see it. You could see it. The Mindshare is exploding. All the AI is being rigged. This is just it. This is what we got to do, right? We have to give into it. Let's continue. Random opinion dude. Sir, I'd like to hear your opinion, sir. Stupid pDAI coin chatter is the prerogative of morons, imbecile, and half-wits. Thank you so much, sir, for the capital letters out here. So, as promised, we're not talking about pDAI, but if it goes to 0.3 cents, I will be doing another live stream. So, friends, I actually have these fun, cute little tags here. So, Ivan on Tech calls PulseChain a scam in his book, which is funny. If you bought pDAI on that moment, it went up 200%, which is funny. Crypto influencers telling everyone to sell now, right out here in May. Tiger Crypto, pDAI holders are maggots. Okay, hanging out right there. So I like tracking these stuff. It's kind of funny, right? It is really funny. Because you can't take it seriously, friends. You know, the price will do everything. We'll see. Let's continue. Tigra. Richard Hart needs a chart before doing an interview. It's true. It's true. Makes you think what's going to come first, though. You know, we thought the HEX price would pump first before the HEX movie. And then the HEX movie came out nearly at freaking record lows. And then we've gone even lower, down 9%. So that's just another thing like we all thought would never happen. And then it did. Caleb, couldn't we get the same eyeball effects with an instant peg? And then RH makes the calls and play the up and down roller coaster for higher prices. We can, sir, but I want you to be honest right now. Does anybody in crypto care about the PulseChain cause? No. Why? Because what's PulseChain? Oh, it's just another Ethereum. What's PulseX? Another Uniswap. What's HEX? Oh, the coin that's down forever, 99%, has super high inflation. Which HEX do I get? I don't know. Ink. Oh, green logo. What does it do? You know, maybe ink, but that's about it. Just be honest, right? They've seen them before. That's another way to say they've seen it before. Have you seen... Let's get the necklace out. All right, it's a lace that goes around the neck. All right. Have you ever seen an inverse Terra Luna, by the way? Have you ever seen that? An inverse Terra Luna? What's that exactly? Yeah, they've never seen anything like that before. So it's got that first cycle unicorn effect. You don't even know it's possible, right? That's one thing. But also as well, look, man, if you understand, dude, Richard Hart understands marketing. He understands people. All right, so that's why some people say he's not human. Friends, if you make a bunch of people rich and they can't get in, they don't care anymore. Do you care about SpaceX? No. Why? Because it's already 2 trillion market cap. You can't get in, right? Do you care about Bitcoin? No, it's already $66,000. It's already high. You get it? The party's done. You got to look for the next thing and the next thing. Right, so look, obviously, friends, I've told you 1,000 times, I wanted to go up fast. I'm just telling you, if you were being objective, you would milk the crap out of this coin. Prophecy's coming! No, it's not. Prophecy's coming! No, it's not. Scam. Prophecy's coming! No, it's not. Prophecy arrives. Each wave, friends, you got to think about these waves, okay? Each wave, all right? I'm just showing you, like, this is... Friends, this is Ivan on Tech Wave, all right? This is Crypto Banter, all right? Up here is Vitalik mentions the coin. You see what I mean? Look at this. Like, Ivan on Tech, Crypto Banter, Vitalik. And at $1, what happens next? Exactly, see? I'm just showing you the path here. But yeah, that, like, it's a long way away as well. You know, friends, you understand... There might be people like it's going to be really annoying for a slow peg if pDAI is like 25 cents now because your upside's 4x, which is actually still it's good, right? But it's not 500, you know. So that's the whole benefit of being early and taking on a massive amount of risk and it having to work out. If it works out, of course. Mr. Hex Wizard with 20 freaking membership. Mr. freaking Hex Wizard. You're gonna get some Pumpy G music, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Mr. Pulse calls, I'm confused. Isn't there a positive flywheel that 99 is explaining to us so that capital is not needed? Sir, where are you going to get 2 billion from, bro? Don't you think that if you could just code a $1 Redooni peg thing, you would have done it by now? Don't you think so? If you could just do it by code, it doesn't matter who owns the supply. You just get the $1 Redooni out. So I don't think so. Personally, I think something's going to happen and there's things not released. I replied to Tiger Crypto going like, look, bro, the collateral problem has never been solved. You know, there was a theory with the collateral problem. Do you remember, friends? It was involving MakerDAO, which Catty came and literally pegged our belly buttons right here. So do you remember Decentralized Me was making theory videos in 2024 involving MakerDAO? And then Caddy killed MakerDAO, which we now know was a defense mechanism to stop the refund button, but killed MakerDAO. And then now what? Okay, now what? So we don't know where the collateral will come from. I guess it will come from the core coins, but from where? Is it going to be Liberty Swap? Okay, got to wait for Liberty Lend. We don't know. By the way, friends, every time I say we don't know and we have no idea, that's another way to say, oh, wow, I'm still early because no one knows yet, right? No one knows. But we're not going to talk about Bitcoin. Sorry, about pDAI. Perpetual Bitcoin. 44 billion pDAI is no problem as long as it's sitting in a vault contract waiting for collateral to come in. Then it can release the pDAI. Very true, sir. That's you've been doing a lot of reading, by the way. You've been doing actually a lot of reading. You have. Patrick, when is the final euphoria? No one knows, sir. But if we go a 4-year cycle, maybe 2029. Also, Shabbat Shalom, 2029 is the Jewish Shemitah year. Happens every 7 years, and there's always a stock market crash. There's always a problem in every 7 years. 2022 was the last one, then 2015, then 2008 was GFC, then 2001 was the 911. The Jenga towers fell. Wow, totally coincidence, okay? Howard Lutnick, you know, so every 7 years. The next one's 2029. That might, look, just how I imagine it is, that is the final explosion where we have the actual melt up. I'll show you the NASDAQ, 2029. Oh, friends, I don't know anything. I'm just guessing, but 2029 is the actual massive, massive, massive explosion, right? Which we're doing here. And then it's game over. 100 years, Great Depression anniversary, something happens. Look, and look, think about it. If Trump keeps pumping and melting up, it's possible that people hate AI and tech bros by 2028, and then they vote a Democrat type of person who wants to tax people more and like redistribute wealth from the AI guys. That might slow the stock market down, right? You know, but I'm just trying to forecast an unforecastable narrative. You know, we're just hoping crypto gets a big rotation. MVS Crypto, epic coverage as always, Sommi. My spoons are tinkling. Thank you so much, sir. Here's a lollipop for everyone. Born yesterday. Interesting, sir. You're quite young. What was the mustache man going on and about then, Sommi? You talking about the mustache man, the Austrian painter, sir? Is that what you're talking about? Caleb, yeah, I think the fact that pDAI pegs to $1 and is decentralized would be enough. No one is even considering it. It could be a tsunami wave analogy. It could be. It could be. I want you to think about though, if Justin's son pegged the coin tomorrow and you had no idea about it, do you care? Do you care? Do you want to buy, are you going to bridge into Tron tomorrow and buy stuff? You don't care right now. You don't care. See what I mean? So if there are waves, because people only, everyone's selfish. People are only talking about stuff if they think it's going to make them money. That's crypto. That's Bitcoin, right? Michael Saylor. It's everyone. So you got to make them care. How do you make them care? You got to make them think they're early. If you peg it, you're not early anymore. You understand? You got to make them think the peg is coming soon and you've got to get in now. And then they do get in now. And then it goes up and then it stops, then it dumps down and then there's disappearing and then they get shaken out, right? And it's just these waves up and up and up. But like I say, man, this is like, you know, pDAI at, which a coin we're not going to talk about. And pDAI from here to 7 cents is, man, that's a 34x away, 35x. You know, so every step of the way, collecting more and more friends. Here we go. Random opinion dude, sir. Not so random. How dare you even contemplate the possibility of there being a slither of belief in a useless, fake, pDAI stablecoin? Are you outside of your mind? Have you completely lost what's left of your, and he's got cute little edamame, which are yummy, little pea brain. Thank you so much, sir. Yes, everyone is out of their mind. They are. They are. Like I say, friends, see, it's, if there's a prophecy and scripture, it changes the game. You know, don't you wish you could go back when people were buying Bitcoin for 10,000 BTC, they're using it to transact with pizza. Someone wrote a prophecy for you on Bitcoin Forum Talk and said, hey, it's going to do this and that, and this is going to be the price. And Donald Trump, who hasn't even run for president, he's going to come put it on the balance sheet and we're going to get a BlackRock ETF. Wouldn't it be nice if there was a prophecy? Yeah, no one knew what the hell they're looking at. That's what changes the game here. There's an actual prophecy here. It's literally like Jesus' resurrection. He literally walks around saying, I'm going to resurrect. Okay, I'm not dying for reals. You understand? I know it looks like hardcore mode in Diablo, but I've got to respawn. He kept talking about it. And then when he passed away, when Jesus, they crucified him. Do you remember, friends? The apostles, it was 11 of them at that point. So Judas, he unalived himself because he betrayed Jesus. The guilt, I guess. The 11 apostles, they were scared. They were inside one of their hideaway rooms, and they were like, "Oh my gosh, he's gone. Now the Romans are gonna come kill us. We're totally cooked because he's meant to like resurrect." Yeah, and then he appeared to them. He appeared, right? So I wonder if we're gonna have our moment. I wonder. Yeah. I wonder if we're gonna have our moment. By the way, look, friends, I know what I'm about to do is it's gonna be wild, but it might play out. I always imagine in my mind, this thing goes near $1 and then it just crashes back down to like 25 cents, like that. One last fake out. And then it just does this and gets the whole attention. Bing! One last fake out. I always imagine that. Now, here's the thing. It doesn't look scary now. It's going to look scary over there because we're going to have like every major influencer. You know, friends, they're all dirty dogs, dude. Every single major crypto influencer, they're going to get in, going to shit it to their audience. Yeah, outside of PulseChain. They will, because they're dirty. They didn't care about it. Let's continuing. DK, that was a reference to Tiger Crypto, Sommi. You don't have a nose ring. Thank you so much, sir. Friends, it is funny. Tiger Crypto, he's actually gay. He has an actual OnlyFans and he's calling everyone else an FAG, a maggot. Which is, you know, friend, if I wrote Tiger Crypto's character into like a Hollywood movie and I'm a director, no one would believe it. You'd be like, nah, there's no way a guy like that exists. Oh yeah. And he's in crypto and he's in PulseChain. You understand? Yeah. But friends, you understand what's funny? You know, if he just starts buying in, they just do a full 180. It's same with every coin. Okay. Ocean Malibu. PLS Jazz reached the same downtrend timeline range as Amazon did in the 2001 dip for 1,100 days. Are we going to suffer more or equal to Amazon now? Amazon, amazing unicorn. I hope we don't suffer, sir. I hope we don't. Mr. Random Opinion, you dude. How can you be certain you have not suffered some type of critical damage to your prefrontal cortex if you have even considered the legitimacy of a pDAI prophecy? It is interesting, sir. We don't know anything. We don't know. Thin liquidity went to 0 twice. Catty's going to spank us. We'll see. Brune. eHEX is the only hex I care for. It is the contrarian play, isn't it? For sure, friends. Brune, I like the Y files, but could only handle so much of the voices. Yeah, it's cool. You got to have everything in dribs and drabs. With crypto, though, I can watch crypto people on repeat because there's always like, you always have that chance. There's new alpha, something's pumping, right? But with all these other guys, you get sometimes too much of the same flavor, right? Because we're always in like work mode when we're in crypto because there's nowhere to like look at information, right? And you have, how many times, man, there are so many success stories in crypto where you hear about something from another channel, right? Because there's no public news page to get everything off. Here we continue. Ayo, Sommi, are you proud of Australia's soccer team performance against Turkey? I am, sir. I am. It's usually wildcard. World Cup is very, very, very competitive. Very competitive. And yeah, man, it's just absolutely, it's just, yeah. It makes you think, man, just the intense competition out there for all these sports in the world, right? That's what altcoins are doing too. You don't see it like that. You just see a bunch of crazy people. Yeah, man, it's intense. It's really, 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 really hard. Really hard. Friends, I used to know a guy. He's older now. Maybe he's like in his 50s or 60s. He was, I think, the third goalkeeper, you know, man number 3 for, I forgot, maybe Scotland or Ireland when he was like 16. Just literally world class. He was 16, okay? He was number 3. And then at training or in a game, he's like ankle or his shin snapped, okay? And they had a medical doctor and they literally, this is crazy, man. So the medical doctor said, look, you're not going to be right for about 24 months. Yeah. Best case, 18 months. But like it's over. Like you're 16. Like we can't wait 18 months for you. We have to put someone else because they're going to be having an extra 18 months experience by the time you recover. So you're finished. And that's it. Soccer career. His football career's over. Wild, man. Just wild. This just crazy, man. This sport randomness of these things. He's just so good. He's number 3 of a freaking international team. One injury, gone. Ah, man. What do you do, dude? That's just... Man, it's hyper competitive. The world is fully hyper competitive. And we're here yelling about green candles. Fire out aliens. Brune, I can take the Y-Files guy and his sidekick. I can't take him. So gay. Yeah, it's just a different time, friends. It's a different time. Here we go. Rap sheet. The religion has formed with 0 hit twice and not giving up. Mr. Rap sheet, of course, talking about the coin that we're not going to talk about. So I'm about pDAI. Man, that's what I like, man. It's a gift, dude. I mean, even Shakira said it in her song. What broke you is now made you strong. Oh, man. Oh, let me ask you something, okay? If Bitcoin... Okay, let me ask you something. If Michael Saylor liquidated 800,000 Bitcoin tomorrow and sent it to $400, right? And then a month later, it's $2,000. Wouldn't you go all in? Would you not go all in, friends? Of course you'd go all in. Because you just watched it go to 0. He's gotten rid of all of his coins. Yeah. Would you not go all in? Wouldn't you keep getting all in as it goes 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, 10,000? Wouldn't you go all in? Of course you would go all in, okay? Now, I'm not telling you any financial advice because we're not going to talk about this stupid coin, but I'm just telling you, we literally watched this piece of crap go down to 0 twice. And you're literally watching this in slow motion. You understand? Makes you think, right? Mo Mindset. Iran won. New Zealand won in the World Cup draw so far. Is it the game over, sir? I think Iran's only paying $1.30. New Zealand was paying $5 duties. Which is fantastic for everyone out there in the whole world. La 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 la. I'm gonna bet on World Cup games. I'm not gonna touch crypto. That's funny. Mr. Pond, is pDAI price movement just like any other coin, or are there other factors that would make it possible for an instant peg versus slow melt up? It correlates with others BTC, all right? By chance, by whatever, which I'll show it to you now. See how others BTC is starting to curl up? Yeah. But if that's like direction-wise, okay? If you also asked as well, are there any factors that would make it possible for an instant peg? Yes. And if those factors appeared, people would be buying it up and you'd see the price like 30x higher immediately. The factor would be Richard Hart tweets, I don't hate pDAI anymore. I like it. Here's another factor. Someone watches the bridge and someone moves $2 billion into PulseChain. There's another factor. And then Liberty Swap tweets, hello, I am Eric Wall, deep within the Death Star of PulseChain. I am actually Eric Wall controlling Liberty Swap's Twitter. But I'm not meant to tell you yet. This $2 billion is meant to be for the pDAI peg. These are all the wallets that are the origin address equivalent. So we can peg it right now. So just, yeah. Basically like handing you the secret source, which no one's going to do. Yeah. Why isn't anyone going to do that? Well, look what happened to HEX, okay? Maybe people were told too much confident information at the time and they weren't rinsed out enough. Maybe. You know, but we're not going to talk about pDAI. Not worth talking about, okay? Remember, friends, the pDAI pulse ratio, we already did a miracle. So pDAI already flipped PulseChain in market cap. It's sitting at a ratio of 300. Man, that's wild, dude. That's wild. Back to the highs. Very interesting. Back to the highs, dude. You think this is random, dude? You think this is random? You think this is random, right? Whilst Ethereum went to 1,600 piece of pooperoony dollars. You're telling me this is random? Some people think it's random. Yeah. By the way, I don't know if it's going to peg. I don't know if it can peg. I don't know if it will. I don't know anything. But you will see every day, people say, something's going to peg tomorrow, and they're all grifting. They're all scamming. It's an exit extraction scam. I don't know, dude. I don't know. I just like the price action. That's about it. Do you know, by the way, do you know any coins that like went to zero and have done this Adam and Eve curl? Send them. Please, for the love of God, send them. Please send them. Please. Please. Because that's opportunity for the rest of us. Mr. Far Out Aliens. Sir, I've seen you in 5 streams wondering why you're not a moderator. Okay, you're going to become a moderator right now. Far Out Aliens. If you believe in Richie Hart, you want all the early whales to dump and go away forever. I pray they dump and leave. Yeah, man. Look, no offense, but wouldn't a nice way to get them out would be to make pDAI break its high, and then Richard Hart at 10 cents says, you know what? I think I might have to reconsider my mind about pDAI. And maybe at that moment, it traps core coin guys who dump their core coins to buy pDAI up here, knowing that the next wave is going to be pDAI going down, but they've sold a crap load of the core coins, right? Because that would be a very effective, right? Because obviously I would never play that or anything, but if you could see, if something's so obvious like that, you'd do it. You'd probably just shave off 10%. Does it really hurt? You know, but it would be just designed to rinse more people out. Friends, you got to understand, right? Everyone's calling Richard Hart a scammer. Dude, the guy could have walked out. He literally could have walked out. Every single thing being done is to rinse out the massive supply in people's hands. Everything. But if you don't trade, you don't lose any of the supply. Here we have Ricky. Ricky and his fitness project. Go, Ricky! 20,000 copperoonies from Medellin, Colombia. Sending love. Thank you so much, Ricky. Colombia is awesome. We love Colombia. Nice flag, nice ladies. I think some UFO stories there, or maybe it's towards Peru as well. So let's check out Colombia. Have we flipped Colombia? Let's look at the cop. Oh, sir, we have flipped you. Here is the cop, the Colombian peso. Thank you so much, sir. God bless you. You have been flipped already. Hopefully more flippings are coming. Okay. Hungary's next. Thank you so much, sir. Colombia's awesome. Great country. I'd love to visit it one day as well. See the beautiful tropical stuff. You know? Really, really cool. Atropa sound. Maria. Friends, please. We have family watching here. I can't break character. Maria is Sommi's boyfriend. And they planned this whole exploitation. Man, you're taking me back. Yeah, that's how I knew we're about to get destroyed. When Maria accused me of being an insider. Yeah, I'll never forget that. We know the date. It was right here. March 2025. Oh, man. We're about 3x away from that price, I think. 2.5x. So here we go, friends. Perpetual. The problem was the CAC multiplier given even more to... You mean the SAC multiplier given even more to the whales? Yeah. The multiplier. It is... But you can't say that, like, the multiplier maybe enticed them to put a lot more money into ETH, which is now offside. So we'll see how it plays out again. That's all the answer is. I don't know. Just got to keep waiting. What else do we do? Right? You want to go buy a real asset like potatoes? They grow out of the ground. Random opinion dude with a trifecta. At what point do you take a hard look in the mirror and realize that Richard Hart has literally forgotten more than you've ever known? You would do well to do some forgetting yourself about this stupid pDAI. So you're going to become a moderator. This is really good. This is really, really good. you know, man, new people come in and they ask me about all your funny troll comments. And I'm like, hey, that person is joking. And they're like, no, but they sounded serious. I'm like, good. That tells me there's new people coming in because they don't get it. They don't get it. Rick, Sommi, what would make you bullish on Solana? Just curious. Fourth cycle. Yeah, I don't want to touch anything in third cycle. Do you know, sir, let's look at soy, all right? Solana, sir, I made a video in 2023 saying Solana is now contrarian. Where is it? Right here. Here we go. It's right there. I made a video here. Solana is now contrarian. Now, here's the thing. No one really cares about that because Ansoy was bull posting it every month and saying, hey, yo, dog, Solana, dog. But he liked a lot of coins. It was just, you know, everyone forgot about the 9 coins that went down to 0. He's like, oh, but, you know, I really like this one. And his popularity gained huge. But personally, sir, it's because here's the Sol BTC ratio. It's literally following Ethereum. Let me look at the 3 dong chart. Dude, it's literally the ETH BTC ratio. Do you see this? The background, you can see ETH BTC. See, look at it. See, look at it. My gosh, the ETH BTC ratio. It is a third cycle curse, man. And look, it's just coming down here. Oh, man, it's just, yeah, it's just doing it. That's it. So, yeah, what's your answer for this? Like, it's hard. It's really hard because I get a lot of abuse. Trust me, I don't like this information I discovered as well. Where it doesn't even matter what your chain or coin does. It just matters how new it is. That's really hard to wrestle with. Really hard. Because it means, because you always want something that's getting better with time. But to just, to look at information which says, guess what? Just because you're old, you're just losing value. You're just old now. Right? It kills people inside because they can't exit. They don't want to exit. They don't know where to go. That's why Bitcoin's always like the crypto hedge. It's like if you don't know where to go, you go to Bitcoin. But yeah, that is soy for its third cycle. It actually, isn't it funny? Solana hit its 61% retrace on the dot. Here's the Fibonacci 61%. See that? And Mike Novogratz and Pantera Capital, everyone distributed on retail for a year and a half. They dumped hundreds of millions of soy on everyone, each person. Now it's down. Yeah. Also, you know Solana, guys? Solana, its market cap blew the roof. Look at it. Its market cap blew the high. It went from 80 billion and it hit 145. So Solana, I bet this is a Fibonacci extension. Oh, wow, it is. Check it out. What a guess. See that, friends? Always the market cap always works. You got to understand the market cap. See, hit the Fibonacci extension of the market cap. Check that out, man. Isn't that wild? It hit the Fibonacci of the market cap because Solana, it was inflating 12% of coins per year. And Mert, he had like $100 million worth of it. And he's like, yeah, he's got $100 million worth of it. They're just getting a lot of the inflation tokens. You see? So they were just dumping the crap out of it all the way up here. And also, no offense, okay, but Solana, one of the big reasons it went up is because people didn't want to hold soy. They just bought soy to participate in pump fund. That is how Ethereum topped out in 2017. People just bought Ethereum to donate, to participate in ICOs. So they were buying Ethereum at any price and it forced Ethereum higher, which I'll show it to you now in a family-friendly way. I'll show you the ETH BTC ratio. Okay. So you can see ETH BTC went up really high in 2017. Everybody was buying Ethereum for ICOs. You see that? What does that mean? It means you have emotional buyers because there's not enough supply. They keep hitting market to get in because they're like, hey, I need $5,000 worth of Ethereum to participate in this ICO. So they buy the ETH and they put it into the ICO. You see all that net buy pressure? That's actually what forces the thing up. That's exactly what happened to soy. All right. That's why you got to think right. Everyone knows pump fund there's just not enough money to make money. Okay. It's spiraling out of control. Everyone calls it a scam. It is, dude. Like, 15-second attention span coins. Retail's not coming in to join those trenches. LA Vape Cabals abandoned them. And so it's just circling the drain. So now you don't have these emotional soul buyers, soy, who are just buying it to deposit into pump fund or whatever and trade. Okay. So that is obviously a big reason why the third cycle curse, I guess, is happening for Solana, which you don't know the story and the narrative, but you can just see it happening. You see? Really hard. Third cycle curse, man, happens every time. Except once. Dogecoin. But Dogecoin had a fourth cycle curse. Ain't that funny? Here we have Everyone celebrating Colombia. John D. Mendoza. Hi, Sommi. What are your thoughts about the movie Zootopia 2 and the lizard people? I haven't seen it, sir. Some of you mentioned Zootopia and lizard people. Man, they're doing this predictive programming. They're trying to psyops everyone as well. Introducing lizards to psyops us. Yeah, man. Just look, you know, the government's lying about everything. And they fired the priest who said that the UFOs are demons. They fired him from Washington. That's suspicious, dude. You know what I mean? So, agents of Satan. Here we go. Here we go. It's offensive. It's very tricky, you know, because they're always saying like, the power is within you. You don't need God at all. You're an amazing human. Really? Tell me one thing we don't need other people for. All right, friends, when I slid out of my mum's womb down the slippery slide, okay, I'm dead in 48 hours without food. And so are you. Okay, so you need your mama for food. All right, and then if you don't have a roof over your head, you're dead. You understand? There's just like you go through every aspect of life, and you just realize, you go, wait a minute, you know, like you're standing on the shoulders of someone else. The car you drive, okay? Well, some of us can't afford cars. The skateboards we ride, someone had to invent it. Tony Hawk, he invented the skateboard, didn't he? Okay, everything we do, you got a calculator to calculate 1 times 2. All right, or you could watch PulseChain Tiger Crypto explain to you what 1 times 2 is. Everything we do, we rely on someone. The power is never within you, bro. Literally, the power is never within you in anything. Okay, we need someone to kind of like give us the hint or tell us the answer. That's why I just reverse engineer and I go, well, why do we think we have all the answers then? We literally suck at everything. You know, look at retail. They called SpaceX a scam. Now SpaceX is going up. Everything we do as a crowd sucks, friends. Everything. All right, you need to rely on other people. So that's, yeah, we'll see how that plays out. Could be a massive psyop. Can aliens please pump our bags? All right, if you can bend time, surely you can freaking bend this red candle and make it green. Jebediah. Speaking of ICOs, Drift just pulled all the liquidity a few days ago with no announcement. So is that the drift of the lighter competitor or the gaming one? I mean, friends, I can't believe they made a AAA rated game off the grid and I'm down 90% from my entry on the ICO as an insider special access ICO, which, oh my God, I got no, friends, you know, once on stream, I broke my lollipop. It was I think it was a Coexistence Steven interview or something. I broke it in rage, but I was just swinging it too hard. So trust me, friends, like I want to flip this table in rage. I want to just lash out. That's why I want to break the bars that are holding Soy Bankman-Fried in jail. I want to get him out. Dildo Quan, I want him out. Give him a stablecoin license. Alex Mashinsky, give him a crypto license. Soy Bankman-Fried, let him out. Just give him everything. Okay, just full anarchy because we're the only people losing in the whole world. Yet, we're the ones building the red pill solution for all these blue pill normie cucks so they actually have privacy. Explain that for me. You know? But they say, but you know, RuneScape coal. That's got so much value. Yes, I'm sure. I'm sure it does. It actually outperformed Ethereum, of course. RuneScape coal. Who would have thought, you know? Oh, everyone's new but us. You just have to buy RuneScape coal instead of Ethereum. Bruni, here's another 5 years to you, Sommi. Sir, thank you so much. 5 long years. Here we go. Ocean Malibu. Humanity Protocol Day. I think Zach XBT found out it was a couple of Korean dudes probably too scared they're going to end up in Squid Games. I think they did an inside job, as always. And then there's Mantra Dow came in. Yeah, just gosh damn it. Jack, I sold my crypto for stocks back in October when it was obvious it was over. Best decision of my life. Well done, sir. You won the game. Please, Jack, tell us the next thing to rotate into. Because the rest of us are about to enter cope mode. We are now going to celebrate, friends, this 11th red monthly candle. Do you think it's finally going to flip green? The last time we had a green monthly candle in PulseChain was July 2025. Yeah, man, just friends, everything's dog shit. Literally everything. We're down 5. Friends, it's all ETH-BTC, by the way. It's literally all literally all of it's ETH-BTC. Geez, everything's rugged. Everyone's gone. Every game. Friends, VITALIK's rugged. You know what I mean? Like, he's effectively done a rug. He like left. He's like, hey, I'm writing a book now. So I'm seeing Mr. Jebediah talk about drift the game. VITALIK is writing a book. It's just, oh man. So our reference point is here, friends. ETH-BTC needs to be 0.07. All right. We are down 61% for Ethereum. So yeah, man, if that keeps going up, we're going to win. We're going to win. I don't know when, but we're going to win. Midnight Ornaments. I'm going to send Soy Bankman-Fried a pen pal letter. Sir, please do that. Please do that. You know? Oh, man. Those are the times. Those are the times. Soy Bankman-Fried. Jack has replied. Jack, you ruined the dream. Jack. He goes, remember, Jack just said that he sold crypto and bought stocks. He goes, actually, I lost a lot of money. I didn't win at all. That's just... Oh, man. He goes, I hate crypto. Stocks are slowly getting me my money back. Yeah. Yeah. They don't go down. They're not allowed to go down. You know, but when the whole world realizes they're not allowed to go down, they'll probably go down. Maybe it's 2 years. We'll see. Merpond, I'm new to crypto and here for the privacy and sovereignty specifically. What I'm noticing is a psyop to conflate all crypto together with data centers, surveillance, and CBDCs. Yes. Admin key stablecoins. Tether has frozen $3 to $4 billion redunis. We need a native decentralized one, but we're not going to talk about pDAI. We are not going to talk about a potential native decentralized stablecoin. Because as PulseChain Tiger Crypto says, you're a bunch of maggots. Okay. Bruni, if you put half as much energy into shilling eHEX as you do pDAI, we'd have won already. Nope, because I had infinitely more energy and I was fighting the crowd. I lost subscribers on YouTube, Twitter, a lot of public abuse. I was the only guy literally bullish on eHEX there was Stylo and there was some Tangang guys who are now gone, okay, of eHEX back then. I was here every day, sir. Couldn't do anything. You want to know why? Every time I would tag eHEX, I'd go on PulseChain, I'd watch a PulseChain influencer, and randomly they'd say, look at that pathetic Sommi. Still can't get over the fact that eHEX has been abandoned. What an idiot! pHEX is the real hex. Every single one of them said that every single day. On Twitter, on YouTube, and they said, like you have it right here. I'll show you the eHEX pHEX ratio. They said it right there. There you go, March 2024. You know, and they were saying, it's time for you to listen to the big man. You got everybody wrecked, Sommi. Just admit it. pHEX is the real hex. Now we're destined for glory. Every single one of them said that, you know, and some of them were even too scared to tag me by name. So they said, some people just don't get it. It's so pathetic. Yeah. And I'd tune into a random live stream. It'd be like a panel of people. And I know they're talking about me, but they wouldn't say my name. They'd be like, some people just don't get it. How could you not get it? pHEX is obviously the winner. Listen to Richard Hart. pHEX is obviously going to make us rich. But some people, sunk cost fallacy. You don't know what's going on. Other influencers, aka Sommi, who I'm not going to talk about, every day, friends, every day. Let me show you on the chart where they were saying that. You want to see it? Let's see where they were saying that, Habibi. Let's go back to March 2024. Right there. It then dropped 97.6%. Jesus Christ. Oh my gosh. Wow, man. That's just... You see that? You see that? It broke my heart, friends. It broke my heart because I don't like... Do we have to drop 98%, bro? That's 50x back to where they go. So pHEX has got to pretty much rally 50x to get back to where they were trying to mog me on camera. Everyone. 50x, bro. So do you think, friends, they get to celebrate again? $10 redoonies. That's wild, dude. You're going to get 50x return to get back to the March 2024 point of when they said it was just getting started. eHEX, you are no longer my child. pHEX is the win. Oh, man, it's been one hell of a ride. One hell of a ride. Perpetual Bitcoin has paid 140k to holders. Good luck for you and your Perpetual Bitcoin, sir. I hope it does moon. I hope it doesn't go down like every other altcoin that we've ever seen, including Ethereum. Far out aliens. You don't need a 10,000x to retire. You need way less. Of course. Of course. Friends, if you invest, not financial advice, okay? Peg nipples. Peg nipples. If you invest 12 months of your life savings into crypto, 12 months. People have 30 years in stocks, okay? So if you invest 12 months into crypto, 1 year, if you made a 20x, you got 20 years, you don't have to work. Yeah, you've got tax and stuff, but you get the point, okay? See? But most people don't put 12 months in, right? Now they put about 1 month in. You know, they put about 3, 4, 5 grand. That's the crowd. That's how you know not everyone's going to make like 100x. Because if you have invested 1 month in, you need 100x to get like 10 years worth of living expenses paid for. But so does everybody else. So no one's going to get 100x collectively as a whole industry. $10 juniors goes a long way. Ocean Malibu. Sommi, all the learnings you told about trading games, it applies to Forex. A friend of mine learned Forex for 4 years. He thinks it's profitable enough and launched a hedge fund in Dubai. What's your opinion? So I promise to God, I have known someone who starts up a Forex thing or a hedge fund thing every year, and I don't know a single person still doing it. I'm just telling you right now, this is the thing, bro. When they start it up, no one comes back to you and says, hey, remember that great idea you had a year ago? I lost and the money got pooled. I'm so depressed. No one says that to you, bro. They just disappear. You don't hear about them. You just don't hear about them. And Forex is the worst scam to trade. Spreads are retarded. You have to do literally a 1000x leverage because the bips barely move. It's funny. You know what? The fact that your friend is doing Forex instead of crypto tells me we're so ready to go up, dude. So it's all a scam, bro. It's literally, you're going to get destroyed, bro. You know, the banks have like these insider books. Do you know that? They can see the order flow. Do you know there's no depth of market for Forex? Yeah, it's just a quote price. So you don't know if someone's iceberging on one way. You don't know if someone's got a big order. You have no idea. How do you get access to that? You got to be inside the bank. It's their own cabal. You have no information. You have no order flow info, nothing. You've just got to hope to God that you've got a good risk reward. Yeah, it's all, bro, it's all rigged. Everything's rigged, friends. Everything's rigged. That's why we made crypto. And then we got rigged. Kongi. Stupid stablecoin SuperCycle. Well done, sir. Willem. Bro, I know, I swear to God, it's going to be an alien invasion when the Anunnaki comes back and says PulseChain and pDAI as our preferred as our preferred payment system, and then instantly slow peg until then. Thank you, sir. Yes, sir. Well, you know, I wouldn't put it past it after everything we've seen. Well done. Okay, so friends, context where we are. PulseChain, 11 red months in a row. Hopefully it flips green. What are we waiting for? If things are getting better, it's the ETH-BTC ratio. Please, Ethereum, please can you go up? Please. Don't forget he loves you, baby dolls. Like, subscribe, press the belly button and all. I love every single one of you.